In this video, we're going to be learning directly from the legend himself, Gabe Tardio, how he hits his backhand counter. He's also going to be sharing some practical tips that you can use as soon as you watch this video to increase your hand speed. For those of you that are new here, I'm Coach Austin Hardy. Pickleball Playbook is a place that you can come to learn tips, techniques, and strategies from the best of the best to help you improve your game faster than you ever thought possible. So if that sounds like you, be sure to subscribe because I upload new videos just like this every single week. So without further ado, let's turn the time over to Gabe to teach us his backhand counter. This video is brought to you by Victory Insoles. If you're in need of insoles to help improve your pickleball performance, you can go through this link right here and get 20% off, or it'll also be linked at the top of the description of this video. So if you're someone out there that struggles with knee pain or ankle pain, or maybe you just keep getting injured, Victory Insoles will be able to help you either recover faster or just prevent that injury altogether. So they're super simple to put into your shoes. You're gonna take out your insole that's already in your shoe, which I already have done, and then you literally just slip it in, put it in there. Now you have your insole in, now you're ready to play. So huge shout out to Victory Insoles for sponsoring this video. Again, you can click the top link in the description and get 20% off your insoles.
What's up guys, Gabe Tardio here. I'm originally from Bolivia. I'm 19 years old. I've been playing pickleball for more than 5 years. And today I'm gonna show you how to hit a backhand counter. Well, the first thing I'm gonna teach you guys is how I grab my paddle when I'm about to hit a counter. So I grab continental and I twist my wrist this way. I'm still continental, I'm just twisting my wrist. So when I counter, when I head the ball goes down to your opponent's feet. When you're about to hit a counter, my ready position is always a little lower than what it normally should be, especially when I'm hitting a counter. When I see them attacking, my paddle is lower so I can go back up, and my paddle face is already facing down. So when you counter, actually hit it, goes down on the ball. Another thing that I do when I'm about to hit my counter, I'm not standing straight up. I'm always, spreading my legs, getting low. The most important thing is that I have my shoulders tilt forward. And this enables me to cover not only backhand, but forehand quickly. So doing this is gonna enable you to not get caught on the chicken wing position. You don't want your arm too close to your body. They hit through your forehand, you're gonna get stuck. Tucking your shoulders forward is gonna enable you to cover both sides. One thing that has helped me having a good backhand counter is doing a lot of wall drills, and this is gonna help you with just basically having a punch that it's quick, like a quick punch. You don't wanna have like a big swing or anything, right? So having wall drills that are going back and forth like 20, 50 times is gonna enable you to have quick hands, and you can do it at both sides. And then following that up, like I said, if you wanna have a good counter shot, you have to be ready for the next one, right? It's not gonna just be one counter and that's it. So you gotta make sure that your paddle is always in front and that you're not going all the way back to hit your counter. You wanna be compact and right in front of you. So yeah, that's how I do my backhand counter, and make sure to subscribe to Pickleball Playbook for daily uploads to help you improve your game.
All right, now I'm gonna be breaking down Gabe's backhand counter from a coach's perspective. We're gonna start by talking about the specific grip that he uses. So he actually uses a continental grip. And the way that you find continental grip is you turn your paddle onto its side just like this. And as you can see, there are 8 total bevels. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way around to 8 right here. Bevel number 1, we're gonna go to bevel number 2, and we're gonna align our index knuckle here and the bottom of our palm on that second bevel. So what that looks like from this angle is this, from this side is this. I'm aligning that second bevel all the way along there. And that puts us into that Gabe Tardio continental grip. Makes it really easy for the backhand counter because it automatically has a tilt downwards towards that backhand side. So if I'm countering on this side, the first thing that the ball is going to do off of my paddle is go downwards. The last thing with his grip is that he chokes up the paddle to where that butt cap is actually hanging off. So as you guys can see that, it's hanging off. So he's way up here. He hits a two-handed backhand sometimes as well. He's just grabbing up on the throat of that paddle. So he chokes up. The further up the paddle face we go with the dominant hand, the more control that we're gonna have on the ball. The further down, the more power we'll be able to create. If you think about a whip, you start the whip from the very back of the whip and then you pull through. If you obviously go further up the whip you go, the less power the whip is going to create. Same exact thing with our paddle. So he's more geared towards the side of control, and he's obviously creating a ton of power off of their speed up. So he's just absorbing that speed up and then countering it back down. All right, so now that we have the grip, the next thing that he talks about is that he actually will have his paddle lower than normal when he's anticipating a speed up. Obviously, you're always gonna be anticipating a speed up whenever you're at the kitchen line. So basically, whenever he's at the kitchen line, it's gonna be a little bit lower. And the reason that he mentioned for that is because he's hitting a top spin counter. So if my paddle is lower, I have to come up to contact the ball, unless of course it goes below my knees. So if I have my paddle down here, I always have to come up. That's gonna create topspin. If I have my paddle up here in this ready position and I try to counter the ball, my counter is going to be underspin. So see how that works? It's a really pivotal thing that he mentions. If it's up here, you're hitting underspin counters, you're not gonna have a very effective counter. It's not gonna be very offensive. It's gonna be more so a reset. But if you're down here, you're coming up through contact, that's gonna create topspin. That's gonna be more offensive. It's actually gonna be a counter in comparison to a reset. What you'll notice is that different pros have different ready positions, such as Annalie Waters. Her ready position's actually somewhere up here, but she has two hands on the paddle and she always hits with two hands on the backhand side. So if you have a two-handed backhand, you need to create a loop prior to making contact with the ball. If she was down here, she wouldn't have a loop. It would go more like this rather than like this. So we want to create that C where we're going back and forward with the tui in comparison to being down here and then coming over the ball like you see people do so often. So if you have a two-handed backhand, your ready position should be up here. If you have a one-handed backhand counter, or you're at least countering with one hand majority of the time, that ready position should be down here because you're gonna just be coming up through contact. You're not creating that C motion. So this is bad and this is good. So with Gabe, he's down here, and then the next thing that he mentioned is he rolls his shoulders forward. So notice my shoulders are back right now. Watch my paddle face as soon as I roll my shoulders forward and I'm in that continental grip. There's a little bit of a movement, probably about an inch, where that paddle face will move downwards just from me rolling those shoulders. So I'm gonna be able to get hit downwards on the ball, not only from the grip that I'm holding, that continental grip, but also he mentions rolling his shoulders forward helps him to be able to hit down on the ball and react faster to the ball. So if I'm anticipating a speed up, my paddle is relatively low, meaning it's down here at about waist level, and then I'm rolling those shoulders forward to get that paddle face even further down. And I'm focused on trying to counter with a backhand with anything that comes to my body and anything that comes to my right hip. If it comes to my right shoulder, obviously this is only for righty players, I'm gonna be hitting a forehand because I can hit downwards on the ball from this position. Whereas if I hit a forehand from this position, notice my paddle face is now pointed upwards. So I'm trying to counter on that backhand side as much as possible until it comes to the forehand shoulder or it's way over there. But he is gonna be countering from this position, and notice my paddle face is still down even when I'm reaching to the side of my body because I have that continental grip and because those shoulders are rolled forward. So this will really help you to be able to hit downwards on the ball to where your only problem will become not hitting it into the net. So you still gotta be able to get it high enough. Now, something that Gabe does that he didn't mention is if the ball goes way to his left side, so his non-dominant side, he's actually hitting with a two-hander. And the reason that that's gonna help him is because when we put two hands on the paddle, we have more control. So if the ball goes way out wide and he has to lunge for it, it's gonna be two hands. And you might think, oh, well, you'll have more reach if you just keep one hand. That is true, but you'll have way less control. And if you're reaching out here, hitting one hand, it's gonna be way more difficult to be offensive with the ball in comparison to two hands. You can actually counter that ball. So if it's coming at his body, he's hitting with one hand in that continental grip, starting low, rolling the shoulders forward. It's coming to his right side, chest or lower, he's gonna be countering with the backhand side. And if it comes to his right side above the chest or higher, he's countering with a forehand. So now with the actual motion, he is simply just coming out and up through contact. Out and up. The reason that you want to go up is because it's going to create that top spin to get the ball back down. And then the reason you want to go out is so that you can counter attack their speed. So I'm going out and up through contact. The motion is just simply here or here. It's the same exact motion, but notice with that continental grip, and as I'm gripped up the paddle, I'll have way more control. That paddle face is going to be down through contact as I brush up. The biggest mistake that amateur players make is that they're countering with underspin as they come through and they're punching through the ball. Remember, it's upwards through the ball, so that's why we want to have that lower ready position. You come up, you're going to be able to create way more offense on your shot in comparison to just out. It's going to create a floater, it's going to be underspin. They're going to be the ones to hit the ball down rather than you. The last thing that he mentions is in order to practice this, you need to do wall drills. Wall drills are going to be your best friend. Obviously, whenever we're countering downwards on a wall, it's going to hit the ball back down at our feet. So the best thing that you can do is get yourself a wall that tilts. I personally use the enhanced wall. I'll link it in the description. I think you can get $15 off with my link. But what it does is it tilts upwards, so you can counter down and it'll keep hitting the ball back upwards to you, which makes it really accurate for what it would actually be like if you were in a match. Because if you ever hit downwards to someone, they're not gonna hit the ball back down at the ground here. They're gonna pop that ball back up. So it can help you just be able to keep getting those reps in, countering down on the ball and getting really comfortable with it. And if you're not sure what drills to do against a wall to practice this shot, you can go to pbdrills.com and access tons of different wall drills to help you practice this exact shot. So just a quick recap, he's starting low. He's gonna be countering on that backhand side, anything that is at his body or is to the right side of his body and below the chest. He's gonna be countering on that backhand side. He's inverting that wrist to get that paddle face even further down. If it's above his chest, he's countering with a forehand. Other than that, it's gonna be strictly backhand because he can cover so much more space. He's countering outwards and upwards. That's why he starts low. And then remember that shoulder tilt will help you be able to get your paddle face a little bit further downwards so that your counter goes down at their feet. The first player to counter downwards is oftentimes the player that's gonna come out on top of the hands battle. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you wanna learn how to do Federico stack shrewd serve from Federico himself, we just barely did that video last week. You can click right here and I will see you over there.